executive session. Dan?
The only other thing I had was, I was gonna let you guys know, Goodland's Regional Fire School will be coming up probably December. If I can get a few guys to go, I'd like to send them
Is this a day-long course or
weekend.
a weekend?
Yeah, you can drive in 2 days. We did it when we did our firefighter one. It's really good stuff.
And I think anything to enhance what we've already got is a good plan.
And then, I'm sure most of you have heard, we had a rescue last week, 2 weeks ago, where a guy fell into a boot pit on a grain elevator.
I hadn't heard that.
And he was about 20 foot down. Got him, they got him out. I was in California. And then, as they were doing that, just finishing up, they had a wreck. They got paged out for.
That's the way it always happens.
Shortly after that, they had another wreck. So I'm gonna look at another set of jaws and just find out what they're gonna cost. Get to looking at them.
Go ahead and get some estimates on that. I've been curious about that myself. A county with just one Hurst tool or Jaws is kind of
I got a guy that's
Even
gonna,
another power unit, I mean, he has jaws and one power unit, and that's
Yeah.
besides what can run.
I got a guy that's gonna bring me a demo out, possibly today or tomorrow, that's actually battery powered. They're roughly in the demo model to buy, it's gonna be around $6,000-7,000 bucks. But nice thing about battery powered, go up here in the brakes, we can go down the hill with it, use it, don't
Yeah.
need a power unit.
no noise,
So,
less noise.
that's all I've got.
How many volt is it?
How many volt? I don't know, I'll have to look when he gets here.
Probably 40. That's what my chainsaw is that I'm buying. That's
I
all
think we ought, now there's where I think we ought to be looking at like the Henson Foundation. They're good about that kind of stuff. Where we just have one unit in our county.
Yeah, you know, it might not hurt to touch base with Carol and see if,
She does nothing to do with Henson.
oh, that's right.
She can't-
But she could look
she
into
can't-
other stuff.
Yeah, but she can't send, she can't do the paperwork for Henson.
But she can still look.
Yeah, there you go.
If you're gonna base it in Burke City, you could also look at Century too.
Yes.
Exactly.
And I think that'd be the
It would be
option.
based probably in Bird, wouldn't it?
Well, I would hope, but
But
I'm
do
not,
they have don't we have a vehicle just for the Jaws, basically? A response vehicle?
here? Yeah, we do up here.
So are we gonna have to have a vehicle over there too?
I think they can modify what they already have.
Yeah.
All you have to throw on is 2 to 3 more pieces of equipment.
If we got,
Suburban.
I've kind of mentioned it for over there, and I don't know if a lot of guys are wanting to do the jaws. They've already, you know, with their EMTs and stuff, they were already pretty short on department. They said they're lucky to get enough to go to a fire, so we'll just kind of play by here from, once we get farther down the road here, we'll come play by ear. I just didn't want to be a shock and walk in here and say, this is what I want, you know?
If
No.
you're at one accident, you can throw
Like the battery car, you
in
just
the
throw a
back of your
pickup or
pickup and
whatever.
go, and another truck and go.
Well, I think 2 would be a better option than trying to get by with just the one. We've been incredibly lucky with
Yeah.
just having one.
And it doesn't help that the two incidents were opposite corners of the county.
Sure, and that's the way it's always gonna be. I mean,
Are those the original Jaws?
Yep.
Is that a Hurst tool or is
Commissioner the
that,
last time when we got those.
is that Hurst or?
It's Amicus.
Oh,
Yeah, they're old.
but no more than they're used. As
Well, yeah, I agree.
long as the hoses and the,
Right. So that's all I got.
All
I'll
right.
get some information, get back to you on that stuff.
thank you,
Well,
Dan.
maybe, does somebody need to contact Carolyn and see if there's, or Century Two, or, of course, Century Two, that's who she works for, isn't it?
Ryan and I will get together.
Okay.
Talk to him.
Yeah, just take a look around and see what's out there.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Dan. Ellen?
Thank you for taking the time to squeeze me in today.
You're a long time waiting to get turn.
Well, I didn't know when you'd have time, so,
Some earlier?
well, you never know. If you got my email, it was in regards to the sign that goes up to the Rickery Breaks for the Landon Sky Scenic Byway. There was a little glitch there where they had it as KDOT property rather than county property. The signage that's gonna go up there is right at the overlook, which is number 11, if you look at the disc up there. And this is kind of a mock-up of what the sign will be. Sue thought it was 3 by 4, so it's not a really big sign. But the easement agreement is for them to install the sign and to maintain it. They aren't expecting a lot of maintenance, but, you know, if the concrete would get broken or something like that, they would need to get in there and look at that, and it would be on county property.
So where will this sign be?
It's where there's an overlook up there.
Down that,
Yeah, where,
you can pull off the road.
yeah, there's a little
right there.
pull-off there, yeah. And it won't be a big sign, and as my understanding is, it'll kind of be at a slant, so it won't interfere with people taking pictures of landscape or anything like that. And there are no trespassing signs up there also from the property owner. And we're just encouraging people to stay on the road and not go off because it is a private property.
Yeah, that first step would be a big one.
Yeah. There's a geocache up there, which is kind of down there. I don't know how often that's used because I don't geocache, but there is one up there that has been up there for quite some time. And we do have a lot of geocaches in the county. People that are into that have put quite a few up there in the last year at different places in the county. There's
So
one-
basically, what you really need from us is just the sign.
Is to sign,
easement.
that's the easement agreement, so that they have the right to go ahead and install the sign and maintain it in the future.
I think that's what you got right there.
And there's an $18 fee to record it, and since that money comes into the county, if Scott could take it and have it recorded today, and you could waive the fee, then I need a copy of it to send to the state so that they can start letting the bids.
Start that over again.
Say that again for
Oh.
Scott's
I need
benefit.
for me.
This document, once it's signed and notarized, it needs to have to be recorded today
Okay.
at the Register of Deeds office. So if you could do that and
Okay.
then get me a copy, then I can send a copy to the state and they can go ahead and start their process. Since their signage is going on all the byways in the state, I really don't expect this to be up this year because they haven't manufactured the signage yet, but at least we're making some headway, and this will be one of the signs in the county. There'll be 3 bigger panels at on 27 right away at Road B, and then at the state line there'll be a kiosk. There'll be 3 panels that are 2-sided with a cover on that. So that's kind of their plan for what they're going to do in Cheyenne County.
They're doing a lot of work on this, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
This byway deal.
Well, hopefully it'll pay off for us sometime in the long run.
I know our traffic counts are up, and I don't know if they've done the traffic counts in the county yet, but they are supposed to do that every 3 years. I just know that people that live on the road out to the breaks have commented that, that there is increased traffic. The ones I've talked to don't have a problem with that. They're happy to share the scenery with other people, so hopefully we'll create some traffic and people will spend some money.
Okay. Can I get a motion to go ahead and approve the permanent public improvement easement? Would be west half, section 11, township 1, range 40, of the 6th PM, lying westerly of Cheyenne County, Kansas Road, County Road number 15, which would be up in the breaks.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Same sign.
And then do we need a motion to forgo the, what'd you say that,
Well,
the,
okay, if I do it, I'm gonna be charged $18. If the county does it, it's county money, so, I think it will be waived.
You can wait it.
so, do we need a motion to waive it?
Yes.
I move we waive the, what, $16, $18?
Recording fee, yeah.
Recording fee.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Same sign. You want me to sign this or print it?
I think you have to sign it, and that has to be notarized.
You're supposed to do that in front of a notary so they can see that you did that.
There's one
Right here.
It's on tape.
There you go.
We got one on each end of the
Yeah, there we
table.
go.
Somebody grabbed their stamp.
Okay, Ellen.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Sorry you had to wait so long.
Well, that's okay, you know, I didn't know about this till yesterday, so I knew I was gonna have to
How many
wait.
cups of coffee did you drink?
About 3, and then I had one on my way here.
$3. We charge $1 a cup for.
Okay, I'll bring you cookies sometime. And Scott, if you can call me when you have that recorded, I can come over and get a copy. Thank you.
Okay, Dave.
They'll take care of it. They don't expect there to be a lot of vandalism because the material is being made out of, is what they told us, so you don't have to take care of that.
Seems like that's been the problem.
Yeah, well, and stealing the signs has been a problem.
True, yeah.
So there are new ones up on, like as you go to Three Corners, there's new signs, I think we got those from your office. But yeah, so signage is a problem, but mostly more than destruction, I think, is stealing
Wouldn't
them.
happy if I moved to adjourn
Because,
right now.
I don't want
Kind
people
of be
to
happy.
get lost.
I say you would be unhappy.
Yeah.
Just put your ticking around, you just.
And that's one discussion that we're probably gonna have as far as those signs with this strategic doing, is that we need somebody to empty the trash can at Cherry Creek encampment, if not, let's get rid of it, and those kinds of things, so. We have quite an agenda of stuff. Okay, thank you.
About time you got to the table.
Waiting patiently.
It says something about 24-hour notice before we get on the agenda. You're not on the agenda.
It was 3 days in advance of working days, how's that? You might want to see this too.
Thank you.
I don't think we can accept this because this doesn't look like his writing.
What'd you get then?
What? Haven't seen it?
You haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I thought you was looking at the paper I gave you. I was like, wait a minute. Okay.
Had you worried, didn't it?
Okay, on the solid waste, you'll see we made that $63,000 financial assurance payment, 63, something like that.
I know, I signed the check.
What?
I signed.
Okay, all right. But anyway, that's where we're standing on the solid waste. I thought you guys would see that report.
That's for that closure deal.
Yep. And there's only 4 entities that do this.
So the rest of them carry insurance? or-
The others do this financial test.
It's a financial assurance test. It basically means that you're worth you have enough in reserves or are worth enough to pay for the closure. This way, we have it in the bank if anything should happen. That's why Dave and I discussed it and was like, I think this might be the better route to go ahead and pay this because then your money is there. And you know it's there.
You don't have to scramble for it after the fact.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Kind of the way we set that up when we started.
One of them different on this is Deb's embroidery. We got Jim's coat, so hopefully the 15th we'll have a little reception for him, Jim McCann, so out here in the hall.
How's Jim getting along?
Better, he had to go back to the hospital.
Well, I knowed he was, and then he was out again,
Yeah.
so. Or was last time.
I noticed in time clock payroll that Doug Barnhart's 30th.
It's coming up next, so I didn't know what we want to do there, so. Okay, on work done, first week demolished the Good Samaritan building, and we also dug the pit at Bird City landfill. Next week, we blading roads and repairing washouts. Next one, blading roads and demoed the sheriff building in Bird City. And then we hauled dirt back in on the sheriff building on the last week, so.
Where'd you get that dirt at?
It had been on Road 23, about a 3/4 mile south of the highway. There's that pivot there, and it was all silted in and then crossing the road there, so.
When are they gonna start building that new building? I haven't heard nothing about it, but they was gonna start as soon as you was done. They ain't done nothing.
Yeah,
So,
I know.
have you heard when they was gonna do it?
I know the materials are coming in because I had to do a exemption through the state for that project exemption certificate.
Well, I know they ain't here, cause they was gonna pile them in my yard. And they ain't there, so I'm assuming they.
Yeah, I thought they was gonna run the concrete within a week, so.
Well, that's what they said when they started, and then it's been 2 weeks, I think nothing's happened.
Okay. I'll leave you out again, I'm sorry.
This is the bridge down there at the pond.
The walking bridge, yeah.
It's coming apart, is it?
Well, the stringers are rotted, we're sitting on the cap. Can I share that with, since I didn't get that made? I just sent that this morning, so I didn't have a response back, so.
Oh, so the bottom one was sent to you,
Yes,
and then you sent the top one.
yes, correct.
So we spent 31,000 out there.
And I know it's wasn't on the agenda, if you guys wanna think about it and come back, cause I'm busy before that, so.
So we haven't been reimbursed for any.
We was reimbursed for the material and the walking pond part, yes. 13,750, if I remember right.
We delivered it.
We delivered it, yes. We paid for it and delivered it, yes.
We charged them to deliver, or we paid for the delivery.
We
did it.
We delivered it, and we charged them for the delivery and the material. And we paid for the material and the hauling,
And hauling.
but not the pond, reclamation project. So, but anyway.
Yeah. Don't know what to think of that.
I think we've done enough.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Does he have an end in sight? I mean, when is it gonna be complete, done?
I think there was one that gets done, at the end, and put the benches in, but I don't know whose problem that is, not mine, but, I think this is the end.
That you know of,
Well,
that you know of, yeah, you mean.
that's correct. Like I say, I don't need an answer today, because we're tied up, but anyhow,
That's good.
need to think about it.
Say for the record what this is.
I'll go ahead.
This was a letter requesting from Tom Keller at Keller Pond that we, if there's any substructure work that needed to be done with a walking bridge, if the county could do it and complete it by the end of 2017 for grant purposes, basically.
And have you been out to inspect that? Is that correct?
That is correct.
There is some substructure
Yes.
needs?
Yes, the stringer's sitting on, your caps here, your stringers are sitting on top of it. I know there's a lot of rot on them.
Approximate cost of what that would, or? any
I know
idea?
we had talked about earlier, if we was to do it, we'd probably go back with steel. So you wouldn't have that problem, but it's also more cost, but I think we got some of that in stock too.
Well,
Cause I don't think I had stringers that long to do it.
I think we need to know what the cost is gonna be.
To
do
re-correct it,
And
okay,
then are they gonna reimburse us 100%?
okay?
That's my feeling. I mean, if we've done that much work out there, we've done our share.
I agree.
Probably more than what we should have done.
Okay. Okay. Last thing, employee issues, I had a 17-year man resign. Hate to lose him, that's 2 in the last 6 months. I've had an advertisement for a mechanic, at least 3 weeks. Had 2 informed on that and no response back on the application.
So do you want to open up another application period and see if you can get any more interest?
I didn't put an end on the last one.
You didn't, it's just been open.
It's been open.
Alternatives? Is there another, something else we can do?
They ask what the salary is, and I show them the sheet, and that's where it pretty well ends.
How far behind are we on this? I mean, I don't wanna know what the study said, I can look that up, but I mean, as far as like Sherman County and Rollins County, how far behind are we?
Well, it's in that study, but then that's,
So if
We're
I
ways
get that, I
off.
can look it up. Now,
Now Doug, or Dave, sorry, I had Doug on the brain. When you are showing them the salary, are you also showing them the benefits?
Yes, yes, I go through all the benefit package, everything like that.
So how old is Gellert?
I don't need to tell you there.
Don't need to tell me.
No. No, I don't think it should, so,
Oh, you
Age
said
discrimination,
yeah.
Resignation, retirement.
Well, he resigned, I mean, it's not like,
I know. It's
Yeah,
not that big
I
a
don't
deal.
think I can, so.
It comes from employee records. So.
Yeah.
Now, this is for my own information. We've got some minimum maintenance roads. We was over at that meeting and that gentleman told us they've gotta be safe, to a certain extent, a road. A minimum maintenance, is there a difference there then?
Yes, it relieves your liability on them roads,
It does.
yes. So therefore, we don't, if we have washouts or whatever, we don't have to rush to get them flagged or anything like that, that we just take care of them when we get to them.
well, most of them you have to have them marked anyway, don't you?
All of them have to be marked that are proclaimed minimum maintenance and approved of by you guys.
Unless somebody's knocked the sign down.
Well, if that's vandalism, I mean, that's still, we're still protected on that, so, yeah.
As long as you can find it. Where they knocked it down.
Well, no, it doesn't matter, I mean, if it was still
Well-
proclaimed that stretch.
Well, I wasn't checking this road, I just drove through there because I hadn't been through there for years and years and years. Holy mackerel, I think you probably know which one I drove through.
And that
It is
mile of the
almost
middle
like
of it,
In the middle,
they're not even wanting that maintained, the landowners.
the landowners.
You're talking southwest town
So
area.
we dead ended?
We thought about that.
That is dangerous. But, and I guess I'm talking liability.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought, oh, Roger, turn around and get out of here.
I know there's other counties that do the same thing.
Yeah,
It's,
I just was,
but
I'm from my own information.
I think there is an extent of liability, because if you're saying it's a minimal maintenance road, that indicates that there is some sort of maintenance. And if the road is not safe to pass through, so to speak, even at
And
a
as you said,
reduced
that mile.
speed, I think that we're subjecting ourselves to some
So, I
potential
mean,
liability.
that's what I guess, do we wanna close it?
That'd probably be the easiest thing to do.
I thought
The
there,
thing about it is, it needs to be closed in the middle. It can come in from one end, you gotta let the landowner in from one end, and the landowner in from the other end.
and that's the reason you close that middle stretch. That's the reason we just, there's requests, why do you even maintain this? Let's just leave it alone. So that's what we wound up doing.
Yeah, I could.
And, cause when we was trying to maintain a little more, happened to be semis, of course, I think GPS does it too. They want to go to Road I and they get up there, well, then they can't make that corner and then they tear out the fence and the cattle guard.
Yep, yep.
So that's the reason we was leaving it that way, but this closing a mile of the middle of it is an option. I thought maybe eventually we might do that, but if you guys want me to pursue that,
So
we can.
What do you think? I mean,
That'd be fine with me if we close the middle of it.
Well, if we're not gonna maintain it,
Mhm.
and it looks to me like it hadn't been maintained for well over a year.
It'd be close,
Well over
that's
a year.
probably correct, yeah. My question is, once we was to have a minimum maintenance road through a certain, like a 3 mile stretch, what happens when we go back and close the middle mile of that? Do we have to revise both?
That's a good question. And this just being brought up, I don't have the answer,
Okay,
but I can definitely look into it.
okay.
It's down there on the Raleigh Owens.
I know exactly where, I was through there last week myself.
The only ones to go through is rural hunters.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if a truck makes a wrong corner, or thinks that GPS
And they can't
takes
turn
him.
around anywhere is the
No place to
problem.
turn around.
But how else, that's the reason we got that minimum maintenance sign. They ought to know better right then, but a lot of them can't read them signs.
I can see
They're
whenever
going too fast.
you're blading on each end.
And the other problem is, a lot of that road is just simply wearing down, and then the fences are coming in. That's the reason I don't wanna maintain clear through it all the time, so. I was agreeing with the landowners when they requested that. So, you want us to look into closing that middle mile?
I, personally, for liability, I think it,
And you're not gonna hurt anything, like you say, there's still access from either
either
side.
end.
Okay.
Cause
We'll
there's
do
no,
Okay, you'll send me an email in regards to the road and what portion that
Yes.
you're looking at closing,
Okay.
and I'll definitely look into it.
cause there's no fills or anything, culverts, anything there, right?
No, because it's fenced, there's no way to get turned
Right.
around.
One other thing, are we spending any money helping the state tear out trees on state ground?
On this South Fork Republican,
Yep.
it's all grant money.
But we matched.
We
So-
matched, they've paid more than what they're gonna be, it's costing to get back out.
But are we spending any of our match money on that project? On
Yes,
state land?
yes. But they're paying more than what, say for instance, I'm just throwing numbers, I'm thinking it was like a $6,500 bid to do it. They paid in 10,000. So they're using 3,500 to do other people's. In addition, plus they paid 10 last year. So they paid 20,000 in to do their job. In hopes, that we can get some, match money through the NACA grant. And we had applied for Dane G. Hansen, the two different company, the Dane G. Hansen, also the Greater Northwest Kansas, and was turned down on both of them.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but I know the Fish and Game does not pay $1 in taxes. And I don't think we should spend $1 on their land. Even though they're making grant money to the landowners, we shouldn't be spending any of our money. Zero. Because we don't get $1 from them.
But it's not our dollars, it's not taxpayer dollars. It's grant dollars.
But we're matching some of that grant money.
We
with
are,
county dollars.
no, the county is not themselves. We're just awarded the grant.
I thought we put some money in that last year.
We put 5,000 in last year and we put a 2,500 cash last year and 25 in kind, and I think it was 3,000 in kind this year. We didn't have any financial contribution.
Okay, as long as we're not spending any of our money.
Yeah.
Surely you agree with that?
Oh, yeah, we talked about that last year, and that's the reason as long as they was paying in more, we thought that was only fair, and we're not using our tax dollars to provide for them.
Okay. Because I know they're down there working now.
Yes, they are. Any more thoughts, employees?
I still think we need to give them enough money, they're gonna stay. Personally.
Need to run just like a business. It's easier to keep good employees than it is to try to get some others in and train them.
Well, we're always gonna have a thing where somebody gets old enough to retire, though. But that seems to be our problem, everybody's old. I mean, what's the average age of your employee? I bet it's over 50, isn't it?
Yep, yep. I gave you guys that sheet earlier.
Yeah.
Scared me. But we're gonna have to address it the way I look at it. Do some improvements there.
Yeah.
You haven't got any applicants at all.
I wonder if any other businesses are having the same difficulty.
I'm sure they are, because there's always seemed like an ad there. I know at our, at our fall meeting, we held in Bird City that, when that KDOT said they had 55 or 60 employees alone in this district that's qualified, has enough points qualified for retirement. That's gonna be hard to replace. So.
You ever think of a chain gang?
What's that?
Chain gang? We've got them.
If you can get them to work, that's good.
Yeah, no,
You talk to them, they're gonna tell you they're already on the chain gang.
we're just as frustrated as you are. We don't have any super ideas. We don't have any automatic fixes.
So we'll keep running that ad and then running also equipment operator ad? And leave it open until filled?
I think that's the only choice we have.
Okay.
I have some papers need signed for the auditor. Two copies, you need to sign them. There's two different copies there.
Of course, I'm thinking about it when this budget's eventually gonna get tight.
Yeah.
We can give raises. Benefits are gonna go up. Fuel's been going up. Diesel's going up. Repairs are going up. And we can't raise the road and bridge.
That should have been factored into their budget for this year's.
Plus their solid waste payment went up.
What's that?
There should have been 6% added into their budget last year before we got under the tax limit, because we didn't put it in there because we gave them 3
Well, I don't
the
think,
year before, and we're supposed to give them 3 this year.
And it didn't
And we
get,
didn't give it to them.
but was it put in?
As far as I know, it was in their budget. But then with this other thing, especially with this solid waste thing coming out, what has that done to his budget?
Well, he used a different fund, he just didn't, I have the email back at the office, but the way in which he worked it, it's not affecting the budget.
What about next year?
But I do know that they were budgeted for that, because I told them, make sure you get that in the budget. or we're
well,
going
that would
under
make
tax
sense
limit.
because they have 48.4% of their budget remaining as of October 31st. That's a lot of budget left. And how much?
Well, last year we gave them 3%, the 3% cost of living. We promised them that again this year, and then we didn't do it. Because remember, in January, we didn't give anybody a raise. And that's that.
And that was just the road and bridge, or you're talking about all employees?
I don't know, we'd have to go back and look in the minutes.
When was it?
But I was thinking it was just road and bridge, because everybody else got a raise. I mean, dispatch did and the sheriffs did. But that would have been in, I don't know, April or May of the year before last.
Well, there wasn't much transfer information. I had several road and bridge guys come to me early this year and were angry. Where's our raise on? I don't know. There's nothing documented that guaranteed you a raise.
Well, I don't think it was guaranteed, it was just promised, but I
Well,
don't know if it
and
was-
I went back and looked through every one of these. I
think
never
we
saw.
have, didn't we?
We found one area where it was discussed, and that's all it says, is it was discussed. There was no promises made, nor any guarantees. And that's the only thing it said. And I'm so disappointed in the fact that they believe that a few extra dollars here is gonna make a huge difference in their applications. I just don't see it. I don't agree with that. I think I found it in like October, November, might even been December.
Yeah, we looked at that another time, and there wasn't.
Yeah, there was just a discussion about it. But somehow they misconstrued it as a guarantee or a promise.
And there's something with dispatch too. I've never heard anything about that either, so.
Well, I think we're
Seen,
being
heard, or
blindsided here a little bit by,
Cause I know that's been brought up by dispatch before.
well, I don't know how we can honor a discussion that was made by a previous board.
You don't have to.
Well,
Well, if there
I mean,
wasn't any
that's the
formal
bottom
action
line.
taken, you are not bound by it.
I agree with that.
I mean,
but-
it wasn't as far as written in stone, no, I don't know that it was. But it was the same time they got their last raise and they wasn't happy with what we give them that.
It's just a discussion. I was in there in the meeting. Just a discussion.
But these, yeah, I don't know.
This is, we missed getting this signed for the Conservation District budget, they just need it signed. Get there.
I have a quick question here. Helen Dobbs, it's in regard to this easement that you have here to be filed. When I talked, Helen Dobbs asked me out in the hall how much it would be to record it. And I said if it was coming from the county, it would be nothing. So Sharissa brought it across. However, Helen said that it was a one-page document. And when they brought it across, they have this page. This
You don't
page-
need that.
No,
Okay, I was
You
gonna
don't
say,
need that.
I was
No,
gonna
you
say,
just need
this
that.
page would be very hard to put in the books and to be,
It's just a
no.
representation
Sorry,
of
I
what
just
the,
handed that, so take.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
So
just the
I was gonna
easement.
ask you if we could do away with this
Yes,
page, because
that's- and
this is
actually-
the document I think you want
Right,
filed and not.
right.
Yes.
But I wanted to clarify, not.
Because that's just a
No.
representation of what the sign will look like,
Right,
is all
right.
That
that
was
is.
just for our purposes,
And
not
so
for
I'm gonna
Valerie.
give this back to you, and I will record this document, but I just wanted to tell you that's gonna be really hard to reproduce and put in a permanent
It's too
record. So
signed.
I will record this.
Thank
one.
you.
Thank you, Judy.
For the other,
Yeah, that's, Leslie's reading it.
okay.
Oh, good Lord, really? You want me to send in this all now?
Well, one of them's too late, I already signed it.
I do have the email back if you guys wanna read it. And I remember for this one.
Thank you.
Sorry about that, folks.
There you go.
So after reading that, I think I need to submit bills and then come back with some estimates.
Sounds correct.
Okay.
Does it look like? Okay. Does it look like we're gonna get the 31,000?
No, I think
10,000.
probably just the 10, my
What's
guess.
that estimate for the Knightsville EMC insurance? The quote, I know we did get a total on that.
Do you want to address giving the road and bridge a little bit of a raise, or?
I'd wait till the end of the year.
I think we look at it when we do the wage agreements.
Well, see, that's another frustrating point. We made it very clear back in February that we were only going to address this one time a year. But we've just continuously,
It ain't been as bad as it has been in the past. I mean, that did help. Last year, we was getting them every month.
well, I'm okay with that. After the first year, we'll make a dedicated effort to look and make some comparisons. If we need to make some adjustments, then I think that would be the appropriate time. The only downside to that is the potential loss of applicants between now and then. How damaging is the loss of one man to their department? I mean, does it,
This time of year? Not very much.
see, that's what the kind of point I'm trying to make.
Depends on how much if it's
Can
snowing or
others-
whatever.
Well, if it snows, but
But
still, we
otherwise,
got
no.
plenty of blade guys.
All right, then I think I agree with that. Let's.
They are
request-
down a long ways.
Well,
When
that's
I
fine, and I'm
started
not
working,
opposed
There
to
was 22 people.
catching
now
them
they're
up,
down to
but
12. But that's been 40 years, so.
We went from 22 to 12.
In 40 years, yeah.
And we're graveling more roads.
Well, we got a whole lot bigger stuff.
Well, you got a lot better equipment too.
That's what I mean. That's what I really meant.
When I started working there, I was running a 1946 motor grader.
Yeah.
All right, anything else we need to address today, Scott?
There's a card from Greater Northwest Kansas Community Foundation.
That,
You call it, buddy.
I move we adjourn.
I'll second that. All those in favor of adjournment? Aye. Opposed?
God, I wish before we adjourn, do we wanna have a meeting to discuss this sometime? Just for an hour, or? Are we
We're still
gonna-
on tape, so,
Yeah,
Oh, we're not under adjournment then?
well, I don't know.
I mean, do we gotta come out, or?
No.
if we do that, we have to call a special meeting and
Exactly.
advertise it.
Exactly.
Which is no big deal. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we can do that.
Well,
How much
in
in
2 weeks,
advance
we're
do we
gonna have
have
to
to
make a
advertise?
decision.
I just, I'd say
I
at
think
least
we need to go through this and
once, then
discuss
it's
it. a little bit.
advertised.
Both of them basically have the same coverage. I'm just gonna go by how much the bottom line is on it.
Well,
We do need to find out from K-Work what their bottom line is.
from K-Work or K-Cam?
The workman's comp, the other one.
Yeah, yeah. All
They're
right.
real close for the bottom,
Yeah.
but
Let's see, October 31st.
do we need to, or no, do we not? Do
I
just
think we
study them
should.
Ourselves and,
No, I think we should. Let's give it a week. Can we get it in today's paper?
We can get it in today's paper and do it next week.
Yeah. Is this Monday the 6th okay with everybody?
well, I think so.
Let's just say 10 o'clock, Monday the 6th. We're gonna have a special meeting of the Cheyenne County Board to discuss insurance benefits, insurance and insurance benefits for the county. Yeah, I agree with you, because I can read this over and over, and it's not gonna make a whole lot of difference, but the bottom line is what we're after. Plus what each can benefit, advantages to each one.
What time did you say on the 6th?
10, if that works. Take these out.
I'm gonna have to be in Hodsey that morning. I could do afternoon though.
Do afternoon, that's fine, 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
That'd be perfect.
All right,
2 o'clock.
okay,
Remind me.
all right. Well, thank you, guys.
Better get better Monday and Wednesday, because Wednesday I'm gone, so.
Another trip?